our office has been involved in trying to improve water quality, and I think our mainstay has always been to put stormwater back in proper contact with the soil. That's been our mantra from day one. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to surround myself with people like Matt and Alan, and be able to work with Wayne and some other folks on the Green Book and Blue Book, and it's been an incredible journey. But the bioretention cells from a construction standpoint allow you the golden opportunity to do easy SD2 with these under drains. Just simply stub them up until the site's stabilized, use them for your sediment storage, the excavation. You see how it's temporarily grassed.
You're usually probably going to need that soil for your balancing of earthwork anyway if you counter for your bioretention cells. So we usually just go ahead and excavate them, and like you said, put the under drain there and use it. I mean, it's basically an SD3 or SD2, depending on how you do it.
Exactly. But I mean, these are some great pictures of the quality of the water coming out of these temporary situations where you've not extended your under drain. Again, you want to protect your investment of that under drain system, your bioretention. And I think we argue more about when to do these with our contractor. We tell them to get the site stabilized before we come in here and do the actual install, because that's there for the long term. And if it gets contaminated, now you're redoing it, and it becomes a major issue. Again, Matt's point about these trees is just incredible to me that we get such an additional benefit with getting the parking lots covered. But you know, we're constantly dealing with construction period, oil, things washing out, soils in our structures. The Green Book got adopted, revised, and now it's back off the shelf. But the SD2s, we've all gone through this, but those sod filter strips for your basins. And if I don't show you but one slide, I want to open it up to questions. This is from Dirt 2, going through that system of BMPs during and it kind of mimics into the work we did with the seed burn with Dirt 2. Again, trying to infiltrate, dissipate the stormwater management, both during construction and post-construction. But the seed burn type situation where you've got this kind of construction activity going on and you're dissipating it with those bioretention. Again, being able to send your stormwater management through a system of BMPs during the construction period and post-construction period. This was Milton High School. I'm sorry, Newton High School. And it was an existing subdivision that was already developed. These white lines you see there were subdivision streets that we actually had to tear up to build this. But here's the situation, the ability to do this. And again, lessons learned with this is you get real erosion while they're trying to get these things in. But they were trying to get the contractor to understand that they cannot get ahead of themselves with these bioretention cells. But also, trying to get to one slide for you. And then I want, again, this is the kind of thing that we're trying to stay away from, is where they get ahead of themselves and we get contaminated and have to back up and redo. But those sod filter strips for these things. The surrounding areas outside of your biocell, if you do not have good root zone preparation, getting that organic content back in there, those perimeter areas are just as good sponges for your stormwater. And I see this over and over and over. They blend and waste the topsoil, and at the end of the day, all we've got is red clay, and we get hydroseeding on it. So with that, I just want to open it up to questions and see if we can cover anything else. Yes, sir.
My question is related to installation and maintenance. most of the things that we see out there, some of these contractors are nervous. They don't fully understand how the installation of these things is. And there was not a clear guidance to how they can do it. Obviously, as the city of Atlanta, we are the last resort. We have to point them on. It's just, we cannot just say, well, just do it as designed. So we need more, engineering and technical assistance concerning the installation of all these items, especially when you're talking about mixing of soil. You need to put, using it and all those kind of things. If they're short of what the requirements are, what are the implications that we can get? And, some of these installed, they're not functioning the way we intended it to be. So,
What's your question?
Yeah, it's a good point. So I think the question here is, we might design a package of construction documents, and it goes out on the street, and it's maybe a publicly bid project, and the contractor gets it, and they've got a complete design. But we purposely stay out of the ways and means, right? I mean, we're not here to tell the contractor how to get something done. We provide a construction document of this is the finished product. One easy thing you can do that we've begun to do on our projects, at least I have and the ones I manage, is where you have your erosion control schedule, you have to provide, if it's over an acre, a sequence of what goes in when. And that is a very simple place where you can start dictating when bioretention soils go in, after things have been stabilized upstream, after you're essentially make it an SD2, sediment trap like Mike said, remove the sediment, make sure everything's stabilized upstream, then put your soil in that lifts, then put your plant material in. That's probably the easiest way that designers can begin to dictate the ways and means of installation, and it gives a city inspector something on a plan that they can look at and say, hey, A, B, C, D, why are you doing D and B? So that's probably an easy way that I think most designers can address it.
Other than making sure, you got a lot of municipalities are requiring a pre-construction meeting for silt fence and a pre-construction meeting for this, but we always try to do a pre-construction meeting before bioretention, before they do anything on bioretention. We have a meeting where we go out. So, but I mean, to your point, I think it's like probably any other thing. I mean, you've been putting roofs on buildings for years, so the inspectors know what to look for. But people can cut corners on any part of the building, and so it's just a matter of how many eyes do you have on it, how often do you have eyes on it, and getting better at it as we go. Any more questions?
I'm sorry, but these guys will be around for the next 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to take a 5-minute break, so if you have any questions, if you can find them and